You're listening to Buck Out and Boss Up, a podcast about dance, entrepreneurship, and the challenges of being a woman in business. I'm your host, Lashanae Hibbs, owner and director of Buck Out Cleveland, MBA candidate at John Carroll University, and full-time wife. Be sure to stay tuned. You're in for a treat. Hi, everybody. Thanks for listening. It's Lashanae again, and today I am here with the one and only Miss Jada. Hey, girl, how you doing today?
Hey.
That was a nice ratchet introduction. Southern University fabulous dance endowed, and she's also a business finance major. I didn't know that about you. That's very interesting. What made you pick that major?
Well, I started off in biology, and I don't know, it just wasn't for me. And because I really like biology, but in the curriculum, it's included with like chemistry and
Everything.
physics, and yeah, it's everything science, and it was just kind of like not really my thing. So when I switched to finance, I really didn't know very much about it. My grandfather, he owns a business, like, so having a family business, I kind of just was like, well, that would maybe be a good avenue for me to go down. And once I got there, it was just like it was just the most great environment. Like, everyone there is so helpful, like the teachers, the students. Like, I even secured an internship because one of my teachers submitted my resume. So yeah,
Oh,
I don't know,
that's
I just went
awesome.
I winged it.
Yeah, so when I got to Alabama State, I was a chemistry major. And then I switched to biology thinking that I wasn't going to end up having to take every class I ended up taking.
Yes, and they're just about the
It
same.
was the exact same experience. So I wanted to ask you, do you live in Baton Rouge?
I've lived in Baton Rouge my whole life.
Okay, so I know that played a big important role on you actually attending Southern University. Can
Yes.
you just talk to me a little bit about your high school experience? Because you were an incredible dancer of our beloved Pantherettes, right? So talk to us about that team and that atmosphere. I mean, it just seems like there's a long history within that
Yes.
squad.
It really is like Pantherettes is just one of like well McKinley as a whole is one of those schools like with just a big alumni like support. Like, we just have a very big alumni, and they're very active in our school. So with Pantherettes, we had a very long legacy. Like, just women that we knew became dancing dolls, women that became like Pelican girls, women that went on, like, we have a Pantherette, she's dancing in San Francisco now. So it's like we just had a long line of girls that just loves to dance, and we just all help each other out. And me being a Pantherette, like, I can say all my years on the team, we were really close. Like, we were really sisters. And I think that that's really what taught me mostly how to be a leader, because, like, when you put so much time and so much effort into something, you love it so much, and it's like you want to see it do great. And that's kind of how it was for me. Like, I just was so invested in Pantherettes, and it really kept me on track with school, because it just it was just a good positive thing in my life. And so whenever I was in my junior year, we were going into the summer before my senior year. It was like around the time that dog trials were. We ended up going to Atlanta, and so our captain couldn't dance because she was trying out for dogs. So our coach LaShawn let me lead when we went to Six Flags, and that was like, I don't know, like, it was like my breakthrough moment, I guess, in high school. And like, it just kind of started opening so many doors for me. Like, a lot of people started really paying attention to me. But at the end of the day, like, when I was back then, I just didn't care about all that stuff. Like, I just really loved to dance, and I really loved my team, and I just wanted us to do well. I remember when LaShawn first made our Instagram page, and we started posting more to that and getting more people to give us attention. And then the program just started to grow and grow from there. So it was just a good bond to be a part of. I'm still connected with a lot of the girls on the team right now, and yeah, that's like a real sisterhood, like, for life.
And I love that. How do you feel like that experience in high school prepared you for that next level dance?
I worked so hard, but see, I really do owe a lot of that to our coach LaShawn. Like, he just saw something in me, and I don't know what it was, but he always pushed me. Like, he never let me give up. And we used to have a lot of hard practices, and people didn't know. Like, even though we were in high school, we used to work so hard out there. Like, he would have us on the track in the heat of the summer in the Louisiana sun, burning up, like running laps, strutting around the track, doing laps. We'll go inside, do exercises inside, and be going across the floors. Like, it just would never stop. It was every day, but like, he really got me on my grind. And Danielle too. Danielle introduced me into a lot of people when I was in high school. Like, she introduced me into April Rollins, old dog captain, and then Kayla Vaughn. She used to dance at McKinley, but she's also a former dog, and her sister Naya. So me being able to be around all of those people, that really helped. So
just
I
the
think
network.
Yes, the network, but it really taught me my drive. Like when I'm really passionate about something, I go after it so aggressively. And when it was time for me to get ready for dolls, I was going after it like I was coming for blood.
And can you talk to us about that audition experience for the dolls? I know it's like so, like, insider, like it's like trying to find the hidden treasure. So many girls have so many questions, and I know people are like, I don't know, girl, you got to ask the right people. But like, what is that process like? What does, or even just from your experience, I know it probably changes every year. Can you talk to that process of becoming a doll?
Yeah, I have a question right quick though. For y'all, for singing trials, do y'all have to I mean, is it open tryouts?
Like, audience wise?
Yeah.
No.
Oh, no, none of it is?
No, I mean, well, I know at 1 year it was, and then it wasn't anymore. I don't know if they do that now, but from my understanding, no, it's closed.
Oh, okay. Because I know Jay said trials are open.
Yeah, they have like a big audience type gym. Yeah.
And that would be so crazy. But basically for us, it starts off like we come and we get registered, and we go into one of the little rooms in the band hall, and we stretch until they call us all in. And we line up our number, and then we stretch again together. Then we just do combinations across the floor. And then we walk out, and then we all walk back in, I guess, in a line, if that makes sense. Like, we walk out in the line and come back in like in groups. And they see who we are, and then after that, after they see everybody again, they make first cut. And then
so you gotta do your model walk.
Yeah, basically.
Okay.
Yeah. So, but it's not really a walk. They just stand in front, like we're just standing in there looking to see who is who. But when we go across the floor, we do basic technique by my Shanae's pirouettes, leaps, switch leaps. I think second leaps, and I think we strut as well.
Okay.
And after that, we come in for the second round. In the second round, they teach us a dance. And it's usually not that long. Last year, it was kind of complicated. It was a little bit hard. It was difficult. But it had Fuertes with changing spots. But, sometimes they catch you off guard. Yeah, they catch you off guard sometimes. But, we do that, and then they tell you to come with 4 8 counts prepared. So when you do it, they may or may not ask you to do your improv, but they could ask you to come in multiple times. So like the first time they see you, they may not ask you. Then the second time they'll ask you to do your improv after you do the dance, or sometimes they might ask you to change your improv every time you come. So it's different. And then after that last time we dance, then they'll make the second cuts. And after that, my first year I tried out, they did interviews the same day. But the last year I tried out, they waited to make the final cuts. They made the other cuts over the phone, and then we did interviews over the phone.
Oh, wow.
So, it varies every year. Like, there's different times they do it. Like, when I was a senior still in high school, they did them in May. And I know my first year they did them in May, but last year they did them, I think, like around July. So I remember in 2014 they did them like in August, right before school started. So it changes. So you kind of just have to be on the lookout. But we know that whenever the summer starts approaching, just
Right.
get ready for
Yeah.
tryouts.
And
Cause
yeah, and speaking of getting ready, how do you, I guess, suggest or recommend that girls nowadays try to get ready for that process?
I would say, well, I do personally. I work out, so my mom she gets me a trainer, and I'll work on like cardio and toning up my legs and stuff. And Danielle is now the coach at McKinley, but usually I'll just ask Danielle or LaShawn, like, hey, do the Pantherettes have practice? And if they do, I'll just come practice with them because pretty much everything that they do, we do at tryouts. So, but if not, I'll just go to the doll room or go to a studio and just stretch. I try to stretch every day, and then work on my technique and basically just work on like strengthening and looking better, like looking like I've improved since last year.
Mm-hmm.
And also we work on coming up with a dance. Like coming up with 4/8 counts is the most nerve wracking thing because like it's your tryout improv, like it's well not really improv, but it's only 4/8 counts that you get to wow the judges. You want to have a balance of technique and dance and actual choreography, and you want the technique to be spectacular, and you want the dance to be wow, but you only have 4/8 counts, so you can't really build up. So I probably change my 4/8 counts probably 5 or 6 times before I get exactly what I want it to be.
Mm-hmm.
And that'll probably be the night before tryouts.
But
But
you're like, yes, got it.
yes, this is perfect. But yeah, I would just say, I mean, the only thing that you can do to prepare for an audition like that is to dance and to really be working on a style.
Yes, and that's really key. And you said something else that was key. You said you wanted to look like you improved from last year. I've seen so many girls, high school, college, it doesn't matter. They come in with this mindset, I'm a vet, I'm here, I know this, I've mastered this, but that's not always the case. Can you talk a little bit about that? Just like realizing that you have to improve or be better than you were before.
Yes, like you cannot get complacent, especially on a collegiate level, because there are so many girls that are trying to get your spot. Like I knew that when I was coming back this year, I had higher expectations of me because I should have shown growth over this last year. Like, I should know how to strut like a doll. I should know how to carry myself and have that presence. I should know how to do everything and do it nicely, So there's really no excuse. If you've been on a team, you know what it takes to be a doll. There's really no excuse for you to, you know, look like you don't know.
Right.
So I would just say, not getting complacent, that's a big, big, big deal. Not even with dance, but just everything in life. Like, you can never, there's always room for improvement. But if you think you got it, like, you're stagnant, you know?
Right.
And nobody's going to keep dead weight.
Ooh, girl, you go ahead. So,
That's true. For
what,
real.
what do you feel like is your favorite dance? Well, I guess it could be just a general dance moment, but what's your favorite HBCU dance moment thus far?
This moment doesn't even involve me. My favorite HBCU dance moment was the Southern and ASU game in 2015.
Why is it that's like the third person that was like, this is my favorite moment? Wow.
That is my favorite because it was just like that team of dolls were just beastly. Like, I love 14, 15, those, and 13. Those were like
Goats.
those were the goat years.
Yeah.
Yes, those were like, you had everybody on the team was somebody that, wow, I just wish I could be her. Like, I looked up to them.
Yeah.
So it's just like Kayla and Danielle had came back, and Connor was leading 15. Like, they're really one of the most iconic crab classes. Like, every one of them brought something different to the table. Like, that was really Maya. Like, just serving sex and serving milk and just all of them, they work together. They look so good. Like, that was my favorite moment. And then Steve